One of the key values of the ELTIS test is that it measures the right thing, English used in schools in support of learning. Another key value proposition for the ELTIS test is that it is locally administered, which leads to some very good advantages such as cost effectiveness and the immediate availability of results. However, it also leads to responsibilities, and a very important one among these is test security. Because ELTIS is locally administered, test security is a shared concern between Ballard and Tye as the test publisher and the test sites. So what can be done at the testing sites to ensure the security of the ELTIS test? The test materials should be stored and handled securely. This means keeping test booklets and answer sheets in a secure storage area with limited access but by only those people who are authorized to handle the test materials. It means having a checkout system that only test administrators are allowed to use. It means keeping student score records secure to ensure that potential ELTIS test takers do not have access to the test records of students who have already taken the ELTIS test. And if you have to discard test materials, do it securely by shredding or burning the test booklets. Organize the testing room to support independent work on the tests. This means leaving enough space between students so that they cannot see each other's answer sheets, and using enough proctors to be able to properly monitor student behavior during testing. At the start of a testing session, you should check test taker identity. During the testing session, the proctor should monitor student behavior during test taking. The students should not be allowed to talk with each other during testing. They should not be peeking at other students' answer sheets or sharing their answers. No digital devices should be allowed in the testing room so that students cannot record or take pictures of the test materials. The proctors should also monitor student behavior so that they know that students do not pre-fill the answers before actually reading the texts or listening to the listening passages. Of course, students should also not be allowed to separate the two plies of the answer sheet to see the answer key on the second ply. The proctor should count the test booklets at the beginning of the session and again at the end of the session to make sure that all test materials have been collected from the test takers. And sites should have a policy to use alternate test forms to make it harder for students to predict which tests are going to be given at any particular testing session. Following these security procedures means that the ELTIS scores really mean what they were intended to mean. That is, students' ability to understand English used in the classroom in the service of learning.